Hey, again, my name is Willie Lawson, fightbackmedia.com, 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 and Fightback Media TV. If you haven't been to Fightback Media TV in a while, you need to get on over there. There's some changes being made, and to make it easier for not for me, but for actually for me too, but for you too. Today, what's going on here in Florida really, actually, it touched a nerve. It, I don't know, it sparked something because it's something that I've actually been through. Way back in 2000, no, I'm sorry, 1985. Ooh, 1985. I started working for the school district here in Hillsborough County, where I live in West Central Florida. And it's one of those things when you get your first real job in big quotation marks. Uh, I guess job of responsibility where people are actually expecting you to be there and you're responsible for kids. I mean, it was real. It was real. Um, and the first time I've been approached by a union. Now, the union, the teachers union here in this district is named the Classroom Teachers Association. The Classroom Teacher Association is independent as far as I know. Probably closer to NEA than anything else, but independent. I never saw any NEA reps. And for a while, there was this battle with the the Federation of Teachers Union, AFL-CIO. And wow, the Classroom Teachers Association actually won that battle. Um, but when I got in, I was approached by the paraprofessional rep from the Classroom Teachers Association. Again, I am, golly, I'm 24 years old when I started working there. Really fresh out of school. The only job that I've had for any length of time was working at Pizza Hut, and I was still working at Pizza Hut when I got that job. And she talked to me about that I should join the professional organization, the paraprofessional side of the professional organization, which was the Classroom Teachers Association. Okay. Now, did I realize it was a quote union? No, not at all. Did not realize that. Didn't realize that until later. And then they started subtracting dues from my paycheck, which was cool because I didn't have crap in my bank account. It wasn't like I could have paid them. So they just started taking money out of my paycheck. They started deducting it. Now, we're going to get to a lot of that process in a second. And I was in the union for I don't know, I was in CTA for member of CTA for a really, really, really long time. And I never asked anything from CTA. At one point, when the person who recruited me actually left our school, I was the longest serving paraprofessional rep, and I was asked by the teacher rep if I would be the paraprofessional rep for Classroom Teachers Association. I don't know. I was a kid. I was 27 years old. I was honored. I was like, "Ooh, this is big time. I'm a I'm a union rep. You know what? People could come to me and I can help them." And serious. Don't laugh at me. I was a kid. Don't laugh at me. Um, so I did that for a while. I went to the meetings, the whole nine. Uh, Came back with information, made presentations, it did the whole schmear. As life happened, I ended up leaving the school district, getting married, leaving the school district. And I really, at that point, really didn't even think about, oh my God, I'm leaving this position as a paraprofessional rep. It's non-paid. Um, I really, and all the things I thought I was going to do, I didn't do any of them. No one ever came to me for any reason. Well, it was a good thing because I didn't know anything. It was a good thing because I didn't know. Hey, thing. I knew nothing. Um, but I was still, you know, I was still a member of CTA. As time went on, I ended up coming back to the district, actually a couple of times. One of my last teaching assignments was at a high school, DHS, baby, DHS, go Cougars. And it just so happened there had been a period of time, probably 5 years, maybe even close to 6, where teachers or paraprofessionals had not had a raise. Paraprofessionals are assistant teachers, teacher aides, bilingual aides. Those folks had not had a raise at all. So this particular year, CTA had negotiated a contract with the school district for and I am not kidding you, I believe it was a 2% raise. 2% raise. Well, the district came back weeks later and asked for half of that back. If they could just do a 1% raise. Now, even in the best of times, a 2% raise doesn't keep up with cost of living, let alone a 1% raise, right? And the Teachers Association was considering it, as opposed to telling the district to get bent. Because the teachers were also, the regular teachers were also up for a raise too, which was percentage wise much bigger than ours. And I thought to myself, I think I know how to get a raise. I didn't really tell anybody. I didn't make a big deal about it. I thought, well, maybe I thought I'd heard from Kevin and Janelle, but it wasn't them. I thought I'll give myself a raise. I'll get out of the union because I knew they were taking money out because I was still in. But what I didn't know was how much. And so I called them to ask them how much. And the person on the phone wouldn't tell me. That was my key. So what do I have to do to quit? Because I went to the website, nothing about the website. I called. No, you'll have to send a letter. I have to write a letter? Yes. Can it be an email? No. It has to be a letter. Okay. So I wrote a letter. I crafted a letter um, telling them that I think my time in the CTA had come to an end, and I would like them to discontinue um, deducting dues from my paycheck. I understand the ramifications of not being a member of CTA, and I am willing to take them. Sincerely yours. Blah, 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 blah. I did get a letter back saying that they had received my letter and they had accepted, like they like they could accept it or reject it, my resignation from the Classroom Teachers Association. And then they told me all these things that I'd be missing and all these things that I was setting myself up for. And, you know, onto that, I balled that letter up and threw it right in the trash. So then I was just waiting for the next payroll to see if my pay went up. Well, it did. Was it more than the 1% that they had garnered in their tough negotiation with the district? Yes. Was it more than the 2% that they had fought tooth and nail for to get from me before they gave half of that back? Yes, it was. Certainly it was. I think it ended up being like 4%. We're taking 4%. I mean, they were taking like 4% of my money or something crazy like that every paycheck. And I'm like, huh, no, no. Now, what's weird is 2 years later, working in the same school, go DHS, go Cougars. Um, some of the teachers were upset about a similar thing, and I piped up and I said, "Hey, listen, you know how I got a raise? They went, how? I got out. I got out of CTA. I just got out." And one of the teachers, one of my good friends, Diane said, "Okay, I want out too. What'd you have to do?" And I told her the process, and she did it, and she got out, and she got a raise. She got a raise because she didn't know either how much they were taking out, and was shocked and appalled um, when she found out how much it was. I don't know. I don't remember what hers was. I didn't ask. It was her money. It was none of my business. But she's suffice to say, it was more than she thought it was. Today, here in Florida, fast forward, Governor Ron DeSantis, Republicans signed a bill into law that prohibits teachers' unions from automatically deducting money from public employees' paychecks for union dues. The bill, House Bill 256, which he described as paycheck protection, will require members of a union to write a check to pay their union dues rather than allowing unions to deduct money out of the workers' paychecks. The quote, employee organizations representing public employees law also requires public employee unions to annually notify members of union costs. Remember, I told you that we didn't have any idea how much we we're paying? If you have the situation with school unions, what they do is they provide authorization forms, blanket authorization for automatic deduction of dues. So even though a lot of teachers don't do it, many of them feel pressure to do it. And so what this bill does, it protects them. It says no automatic deduction for school union dues. If you want to join, you can, but you can write a check and hand it over. That is going to lead to more and more take-home pay for teachers because they are not going to have as many deductions on their paycheck. You're going to get more money. The governor tweeted this: by signing the Paycheck Protection Act, Florida teachers will be able to choose how their hard-earned money is spent. School unions will no longer be able to hold teachers' paychecks hostage with veiled threats while hiding where the money goes. In addition to approving the $1 billion for teacher salaries, the legislation I signed first protects the teacher's paychecks from automatic union deductions. Two, creates a teacher bill of rights. And I'll read those to you in a second. Reform school board elections. And four, remove social media from classrooms. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can make this big enough for my old eyes to see it. Well, that was the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. The Teacher Bill of Rights empowers teachers to preserve safety and order in their classrooms by creating a presumption in law that they are protecting students. A teacher's actions were necessary to restore a safety to a classroom. So the idea is that we're going to look at whatever happens in the classroom, and the assumption is going to be that the teacher did whatever they had to do to restore order to make things safe for the kids. The second one gives Florida teachers an avenue to report if they have been directed to break the law by their administration or school board. It's a whistleblower law. It establishes the Heroes in the Classroom bonus program to provide a sign-on bonus to retired first responders and veterans who become full-time classroom teachers. Now, we're going to talk about that, we're going to talk about that in another show. But if the first responder or the vet goes through the whole process and decides they get out of the military, they get out of the fire department, and they want to be a full-time teacher, and they go to school and do all what they're supposed to do, super. If that, if that becomes something that they want to do, that's great. And getting a sign-on bonus for it, I guess, encourages them to do it. Uh, the one, two, three, four establishes a teacher apprentice program as an alternative pathway for individuals to enter the teaching profession. Okay. Number five establishes the dual enrollment educator scholarship program to help high school teachers obtain the graduate degrees and credentials necessary to provide dual enrollment coursework for high school students. Now, dual enrollment, if you teach dual enrollment classes, you get paid more. Now, dual enrollment in general is a fantastic idea. It's better than College Board AP because it's real college credit. There you go. I'm going to take a picture of this right now. Where is it? There it is. And maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, my computer has been funky, 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 funky Broadway. And put it on the website so you can see it on the website. All right. So that's what's going on. I think it's a great idea. Tell me what you think. Write it down in the comments. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the, oops. There we go. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report for May 10th, 2023. Until we see you again, go out there and learn to love somebody. And for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.